Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. In this video I am going to show you how I made this cute t-shirt using my split butterfly monogram SVG file and glitter heat transfer vinyl. So I am starting in Cricut Design Space. I go to upload, I find my SVG file and I open it. This will now add my graphic to the recently uploaded images, and from here I can add it to my canvas. The SVG I am using is from my split butterfly monogram set, and I will leave a link to that in the description of this video. I will be using the first butterfly from the set. Once I get the right size for my t-shirt, I then go to the text tool and type in the name, and then I also choose a font. I am using the Dahlia script font, which is installed on my computer. It's not a Cricut font, but you can use any font you want for this. If you have been following me on Instagram, you may recognize this font or even have it installed on your computer. It was a font that was free to download from Creative Fabrica a couple weeks ago. I will leave a link to that in the description too if you are interested, but unfortunately it is no longer free, but it's not very expensive. As you can see, the letters are far apart, so to fix that I will come up to letter space and click on the down arrow until they join. Now you can leave the text like this and not do anything else, but I know that this font has gorgeous alternative characters for the letters and I want to add them to the ends. Unfortunately, Design Space doesn't allow you to choose alternative characters within the program itself, so you will need to use your character map or font book which is on your computer. If you are using a Windows computer, you need to use the character map, and if you are using a Mac like I am today, you'll need to use font book. So up in the menu bar, I click on the magnifying glass which searches on a Mac. And in here I type in font book. Under all fonts, I do a search in the search bar for Dahlia. And if I scroll down a little bit, you can see all the extra characters that you can't see on Design Space. I select the one that I want, and in this case it's an E, and then from my keyboard hold down the Command button and C together to copy. Then I go back into Design Space and I double click the text so that the text box comes back up, and on my keyboard I will hold down Command and also V to paste. Now you can see the super cute swash at the end. If my A for Alina was a lowercase a, I would do the process again exactly the same on the other side, but I am wanting to make the swash for a capital A, and unfortunately most fonts don't have swashes on capital letters, so I'll have to make this myself. I select the text and right click on my mouse and then select duplicate. I want to replicate the same swash as it is on the E so it looks even, and I will remove all the other letters. I now go up to flip and flip horizontally. I change the color so you can see what I'm doing, and then try and position the new swash to where I think it looks good and matches up. Next I come up to the shapes and choose a square. I make sure that the square covers half of the swash or the E and move the angle until I'm happy. I then select the new swash and also the square and come down to select slice. This will cut the E in half, leaving the swash end and removing the E part, but you do need to press delete on your keyboard to get rid of it. After a little adjusting, I select everything and click weld to join the new swash to the rest of the name, making one complete graphic ready to cut. I then resize it so it fits into the butterfly. As we are using glitter vinyl, usually glitter vinyl does not stick to glitter vinyl, so just make sure that you don't overlap any of the elements. I change the color back to black so I can cut both of these on one mat. When using iron-on vinyl, it is important to mirror the image, otherwise it will be ironed on backwards. So I click this button here to mirror my images, and then I click continue. I'm using the Explore Air 2 today, and it has a dial on the actual machine, so I need to turn the dial to custom. If you are using the Maker or the Joy, you should automatically select this based on your settings. I click on Browse All Materials, and under the categories I choose Iron-On. Then I select Glitter Iron-On and click Done. Now that the materials are chosen, we can go ahead and start cutting. Meanwhile, on my mat I am placing my pre-cut vinyl shiny side down. The shiny side will be the transfer sheet when we are ironing it on later. I do the same for the purple glitter. The best way to take vinyl off the mat is to turn it over and pull the mat away from the vinyl. Now starts the weeding. I find that heat transfer vinyl is so much easier to weed than adhesive vinyl. I think it's because it's not sticky, because obviously the heat activates the stickiness. So adhesive vinyl is actually quite sticky, obviously because it needs to stick without heat. And I just find it so much easier just to weed this without having to worry too much. However, it is glitter, so I didn't use my Lumo light for this project, but I wish I had, because you will see later why. So as I mentioned before, it weeds really well, but unfortunately because I couldn't see all my cuts through the coarse glitter, I missed removing a section of the wing, but it still looks great. I use this Cricut heat guide all the time, and I will leave a link to it in the video description below. I just need to quickly answer the questions and it will give me some instructions. In my case, I am using glitter vinyl, the Easy Press 2, and on 100% cotton. At my Easy Press, I switch it on and put the temperature to 165 degrees Celsius or 330 degrees Fahrenheit. I leave the time at 30 seconds. While the Easy Press is heating up, and you will hear a ding when it's at temperature, I place my t-shirt on the Easy Press heat mat. I quickly go over it for 5 seconds to remove any moisture. This step is quite important. I also ran over the front with a lint roller, but I did that off screen. I placed my butterfly graphic down first and pressed the green C to start the Easy Press counting down. I do this for 30 seconds. It is a cold peel, so I will wait for a couple minutes and then peel the transfer sheet off. Next I add the name, and this time I will put a piece of baking or parchment paper down to protect the butterfly from being damaged, as the transfer sheet is now off. I start the Easy Press countdown again for 30 seconds, and once it's done I flip the shirt over. This time I leave the Easy Press on for 15 seconds, and then when that's done I will turn it back around. Once cooled down, I remove the transfer sheet. So that's how you can use heat transfer vinyl and make a gorgeous little shirt. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've learned something new today and feel inspired to create your own iron-on projects. If you're wanting to see more videos just like this one, let me know by giving the video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to check the description below for links to things I have mentioned, and I will see you guys next time.